Hi, I'm Andrea from Bold River Marketing. Today we're going to go over how to add dynamic pages to your Wix website. All right, so to get started, you want to open up to your website and to your main editing page. So you can see here that I have an example website that I've set up. This is a fake soap company. There's not a lot going on, but it'll help us with the tutorial. So when you're going to add a dynamic page, you want to go over here to the page menu. Open this up and then click on Manage Pages. This will open the Site menu, and this will have a list of all of your static pages. On this website, we just have the home page, so there's not a lot going on here. And then when you're ready to add a dynamic page, you click here and then Add to Site. And this will open up a list of presets that Wix has available for you to use. And these can be handy if you're looking for something like one of these. For this tutorial, we're just going to use the custom version. So once you've picked which template you're going to use, you click Add to Site, and that will create the dynamic pages. So this will open up the CMS, or the Content Management System, and you'll see here, this is what's called a collection. Up here, you can name the collection whatever you want it to be. So because this is a soap website, we're going to name it Types of Soap. I would suggest changing that, especially if you're going to have multiple collections, because Wix will just name it items, items 2, items 3 as the default, and that could get a little confusing over time if you're dealing with a lot of different content. So this will give you the table view. This is all of the different fields that are going to show up on your website once your page is ready. And as you can see, each page has the same information on all of them. So dynamic pages are really helpful if you have a bunch of similar items that have like slightly varied content. So if you were selling a bunch of shoes maybe, or a bunch of t-shirts, or just something that there's like slight differences but also a lot of kind of the same layout, that's a good time to use a dynamic page. So these are all the different fields. If you wanted to say hide a field, you can go here and click on these 3 dots and then hide it, and that will remove the field from this view. And then when you go to the page editor later, you can remove it from there. If you wanted to change a field to a different kind of field, you can do that in a similar way. So you're going to click on these dots here and then go to Edit, and this will open another window. You can change what kind of field you're using. You can change the name of the field too if you want it to say something else. So for this, I'm going to change it to a rich text because that'll let us add bold and italicized and all that good stuff. And then you have to check this box to make sure that you're changing the field type, and then click confirm, and then that will update the type of field. So now if I go in here, I can make this bold if I want to, and I can change it. I can also make it like a header, so that's a pretty handy field to have. This alt text field is going to automatically show up. That is where you will describe the image if you have an image on your page, and that's for people who use assistive screen reading devices. And then you're going to see these 2 fields, and these are both part of the URL for your website. And you can just leave this, and the website will automatically update these parts based on what you have in the rest of your fields. If you're ready to add another field, you can go here and click that and have all these different options of things to add to your page. Just know that if you add anything, it's going to show up on every page in that collection. So if you have a video, but let's say you only have a video for one of your items, there's still going to be a video appearing on every other page. So if you have, maybe some things with videos and some things without them, then you might want to create a separate collection for those. So I'm just going to fill this in with some examples, and then we'll go from there. All right, so as you can see, I have filled in all of the different titles for the items. Now I'm going to add an image, and the way that you do that is you click here on the placeholder image, and this will open your site's media files. You can upload if you have photos that you want to upload. I already have some stock imagery put in here. Wix has some built-in stock images just ready to go. These are all from Pexels.com, which is one of my go-to places for free stock photos. So I'm going to add these. You'll just click on the one that you want to add and then add to item, and then it will show up there. And you can do the same thing for all the rest of your pages. All right, so now all the images are added. And I don't know if you noticed, but I accidentally added an 11th item, and I don't want to have that, so I'm going to remove it. So you can click there, and then up here where it says delete, you can delete it, and it will confirm with you that you really want to delete it. And now I only have 10 pages again. I'm going to just finish filling out the rest of this, and then we'll move on. All right, I'm just going to take a second to show you the rich text editor. So you can expand this to make it bigger, which can be helpful if you have a lot of content in here. So I'm just going to use the placeholder text because this is an example, but you could copy and paste or just type directly in here whatever you want this to say. So we already made this into a header. And then I'm going to break this up so that it looks like a couple different paragraphs, and I'm going to add a little line at the bottom here just to give it something a little different. So now that's all edited, and I'm going to put this on all of the different pages. So once all of your fields are filled out the way that you want them to, you are good to go, and you have added the content. So you can close out of this window, and then you're going to see on your dynamic pages menu here that you have the list version and the item version. So the list version is over here, and you can see it's a whole list of all the different pages that you've inputted, and then the items version is just each one by one. Now, the order, you can control the order of how these items show up back on your content page. So you're gonna click Manage Content, and it's gonna open this window here. And then you can click Edit Connections. If you want it to mirror the way that you have it listed on your CMS, you'll go here where the 3 dots are, and you'll say Manage Content, and this will open the CMS window again. You can say Mirror on Site, and apply this item to all the connected elements. So this will mirror the order that you have it listed here. And if you want it to be in a different order, you can drag and drop. So now vanilla is first, and we'll put tea tree second, and we'll put eucalyptus third, and then this will show up in that order on the website. And then, so you can see now it's reflecting the way that we had that ordered. So when you're ready to edit the way that the page looks, you can go to this view. You can change the title here. You want to click on Edit Text, and it will make this text editable. And then you can change the font to whatever font you want it to be. I've been using Bodoni for other things. Oh, you want to make sure you highlight the font. And you can change the color, and a bunch of other edits are available in here. And now when you're ready to change the different items, you only have to change one of them. So, okay, this is important. Where it says edit text here, this is actually going to open up the CMS window again. So you want design text if you're trying to edit the look of the text. And then you can pick which font and color and everything, and whatever changes you make to one of these, you can see it's going to update it in the other ones as well, which can be really handy if you're dealing with like hundreds of items. All right, so now all of the different items are updated so that they all match. So now let's say that you have more than 10 items and you want them all to display on this list page. So you're going to click here and you're going to click Manage Content, and it's going to open this repeat content window. Then you're going to go to Edit Connections, and from there you're going to go to Dataset Settings. And then you can see here it says maximum items displayed. So if you had more than 10 items, let's say you have 20, then you would type that, and then this list will show all 20 of the items. Now, because I only have 10, it's only going to show up as 10. If you wanted less, you could display just 5 or however many you want it to display. And so you can also change the name of the data set here so that it reflects your collection name, and that will help to just avoid any confusion. So now the list page is good to go, and I want to update the items page. So we're going to open the items page, and you can see on here this hasn't been edited yet. And now, just like the list page, whatever changes you make on the items page, it's going to reflect on all of the items in that collection. So if you add a photo, it's going to show up on every single page. And if you add a video, it's going to show up on every single page. So just keep that in mind. And it can be really handy when you're dealing with a big number of items, or it can be a little confusing if there are bigger differences in your collection. All right, so once you have the page set up the way that you want it to, you can just double check the other ones, and you'll see that it's made the changes to all of those pages. So that's all good to go. You're automatically going to have these next and previous buttons to help you navigate through the different items in your collection. You'll also have the back button, which I believe will take you back to the list page. And now I don't know if you noticed, but the items was added up here to my navigation, to my menu, and I don't want it to say items. So I'm going to go here to Site Menu, and you can see here this link icon means that it's linked to a dynamic page, and you can change the name by going here and saying rename. And so we're going to rename it Types of Soap, so that that is what's reflected in the navigation menu of the page. So that's the basics of adding dynamic pages to your Wix website. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. We'd be happy to do another tutorial in the future if this is helpful. Thanks for watching.